son of a gun. So,
I think it was like the first week you were there, maybe it was about a week after you became sheriff. There was a memo that went out that was unusual, at least in coming from the sheriff's department. And basically, it was a we get it memo to citizens. And it's sort of like we get it that there's crime in your neighborhood, and this makes you unhappy about your neighborhood, and may think, I can't wait to get out of here, or those sorts of things. And it was sort of a call to, instead of that, here's what we'd like, help us. What was the origin of that, and was that directed toward Deltona? Because it had a kind of a city feeling. And
it's directed to the whole county, but Deltona in particular. I was at the commission meeting, their last commission meeting, and there were several people up there that were complaining about different things. And one of my, as I was talking to the one gentleman, I said, well, have you ever called us? Well, no, I've never, ever called the police. Have you ever emailed us? Have you ever done any of that stuff? He said, well, no. I really don't think you guys would listen to me. And I said, well, that's what's changing. And when we start holding the public ComStat meetings, because the crime stats are actually pretty good in Deltona. They're actually excellent, as a matter of fact. I mean, I just went through them over the weekend and comparing the last several years together. They do a nice job out there. We're bad at marketing that. We're bad at soliciting input. And that's one of what the residents say, is they don't feel that they have a say in what goes on. They're happy for the most part. The deputies come, they're very professional. They're happy with what we're doing with the Boys and Girls Club, but they want some more engagement is what they want. So I think once I get these first month or two behind me and I start getting out there on my bike with the command staff and we get the bike patrol up and running, I think they'll see a huge difference there. From just in the culture and the energy level from the officers. They're a great group of officers that are assigned there. But one of the things, they get rotated out. It's like you go there, you cut your teeth, and then you go somewhere else. And that's I want to change that. If you want to get ahead in the organization, as long as I'm the sheriff, you're going to do time there, and you're going to be a vital cog in what we're doing out there. It's not going to be, hey, I want to do 2 years, and then you're going to rotate me to another assignment, or I go to a special assignment. I want people in there because they have a passion for policing inside of the city. It's our largest city. I mean, the contract's over $10 million. There's over 88 officers assigned. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, coming in as a sheriff, it's kind of not. Everybody said you can't be a police chief and be a sheriff. You have to scrap that mentality. It's the same thing. The difference is now you have I think you have an influence on which way the policies go as the sheriff, or as the chief, you may not have that same thing of being elected. You can have more say on.
Along that line, you mentioned earlier about getting deputies like embedded into Deltona, not just for a rotation, but they want to be there. You want deputies who want to do city-type policing. So along the lines of people who say you can't be a sheriff and a chief, is generally the people who join sheriff's offices as deputies, do they look for a different kind of policing than if they had joined a city police staff? In other words, are you trying to turn these deputies into something that maybe they didn't sign up for? Or do you find that there's a sufficient number of deputies under you that do want to do that and maybe didn't have the opportunity
that's a great question. There's a significant amount of deputies who want to be, where do you want us to go? We want to be a bigger help in our community. There is a segment of them who believe that they are the Marines, and we come out to solve a problem. We come out to kick ass and take names, and then we get back in the car. All that stuff you do in Daytona Beach isn't going to fly here. I'm already encountering that resistance from the old guard who's kind of like, that de-escalation shit ain't going to work and get somebody killed. Well, we're not asking you, I'm not trying to put you in a situation where you're going to be hurt. My question to you is, if your son was mentally ill and on a crack binge and swinging a machete around saying, I want the cops to kill me, and he was inside the living room and you called us, and 22 seconds after we arrived, we shoot and kill him, you called us for help. You didn't call us to kill your son. And we'll just write a check when that happens. That's an attitude that's prevalent in law enforcement, and there's a pocket of that. But I think overwhelmingly the deputies are like, tell us what you want, and we'll go do it.